Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. And tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Boston Celtics here in Boston. Brian Anderson here, alongside Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, with Allie LaForce joining us from the floor. Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings? You take a look at the Celtics. Here around the midway point, they've proven to be a top 3 team in their conference. And of course, there are the Bulls. They're a ways down in the standings.
Well, right now for Boston, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season, but now they may not have any. This team is ready for a deep playoff run.
Even though some people doubted them, there are just as many people, if not more, who believed in this team from the very beginning. And it's pretty clear right now who was right.
And now the opening lineup for Chicago. White and Levine. They're out on the wings. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Green. And it's Giddey in at the 1 spot. And for the Celtics, the perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the point. And the 2024 NBA champions, the Boston Celtics. RJ capturing banner number 18.
Yeah, the most titles in NBA history, breaking that tie that they had with the Lakers. And trust me, that one stings a little bit for them. Somehow they're going to have to make room for another one of those banners up in the rafters.
Holiday finds Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Now look, when Porzingis has it there, there's not much you can do defensively.
Pass to Vucevic. Back to Levine. Giddey with it. Vucevic, a screen on Holiday. Down low. Vucevic's shot is off.
That's just a bucket. Look, you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
Stolen by Giddey. Outside, Green. The rebound, Celtics. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule. They lost to the Rockets.
I really think that L has to fall on their defense, or a lack thereof. Just not enough focus at that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
Boston has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Tatum passes to Porzingis. Now Brown. Back to Holiday. Pass to White. Beyond the arc. Counted from distance.
Putting his court vision on full display. Holiday plays the role of floor general pretty effectively.
Levine passes to Green. Up top, Vucevic. And that comes off the assist by Green.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Holiday passes to Brown. Off target from outside. And stolen by Porzingis. Fires it. Tatum looking it over. Back to Holiday. The 3. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Pritchard's checked in for Boston. All right, Grant, as we get geared up for the home stretch, what are you looking for right now?
Well, B.A., health is #1 for me. What teams have their full allotment of players is key. As we head to the playoffs, it's about attrition. Which team can stay healthy?
The Celtics have gone 2 for 7, a sluggish start. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. Zach LaVine's name came up, and I asked how he plans to deal with him. And coach said, quote, "What's scary about LaVine is how many ways that he can score. So there's no easy answer except for high-effort defense, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So the defense is trying to outwork LaVine tonight. We'll see how that goes. Guys?"
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And when Porzingis can be a third option on a team, he is deadly and efficient, RJ.
We've always seen Porzingis as the guy or as a second option. But when he has elite teammates around him, he really flourishes.
Now here's Levine. 15 in his last outing. To the paint. And Vucevic slams it in.
Look, when he's within range, Vuce is going at the rim, and he's going at it hard.
Tatum passes to Brown. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in.
He knows his job on the glass, and he does it well, cleaning it up and sending it right back.
Outside, Green. Levine against Brown. There's the triple. Tatum pulls it in.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Outside, Brown. Inside, Levine with a steal. And now the Bulls in transition. Moving it up. And he converts the layup.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Brown inside. He's covered by Levine.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
And Boston with some changes. Cornette's checked in for Porzingis. Horford comes in for Jason Tatum. And it's Hauser in for White. So Chicago going with an almost entire new group here. Williams is checked in for Green. Caldwell Pope comes in for Zach LaVine. DeSumo, he's checked in for White. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Giddey. And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And as we continue through January, here are the latest power rankings. You take a look at Philadelphia. They slipped a bit. Still in the top 10, though.
Seeing where Boston is, they're a bit disappointed. The execution hasn't been consistent, but there's still a lot of games left to play.
A minute 29 left in the first quarter of the game. There's Ball with a three. Knocks down the long J.
This is why Ball takes a good amount of threes, because he's very accurate and confident from there.
It's Brown on the wing. And Brown with the stuff.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Pass to Caldwell Pope. DeSumo outside. The three from Ball. Here's Vucevic. Here's Caldwell Pope. Drops in the three.
And put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Now here's Horford. Right now averaging 5.5 a game.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And Ball throws it down.
Turning on the Jets in transition. Ball, excellent job at getting to the right spots in these situations.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Here's Pritchard. No points so far. Driving in. Outside, Brown. Off target from three-point range. Ooh, poked away. Here's Pritchard. And it's good. But hang on here. The officials may want to take a look at it on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again.
The previous play is under review.
Review that shot to make sure he got it off in time, but I think it's going to count.
After review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So the replay was conclusive. Call overturned. Grant, that one's going to count.
And B.A., you can argue against replay all you want, but at the end of the day, you want it to be a level playing field. You want the call to be correct.
And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Bulls out in front, leading by just 2. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
Another thing that's gone well for them is the mid-range jumper. It's been falling with ease so far.
And it's Levine with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. When this game is done, they'll be off to Toronto, taking on the Raptors. It's the second game of 3 on the road. Jason Tatum out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then there's Luke Cornett. Then there's Al Horford. And it's Hauser in at small forward. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now Ball in the game against Denver. Very impressive. Williams with the screen. 4 on the clock. Ball no good.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, it sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling. Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. RJ, you got traded a couple of times for good reason. What's it like off the floor?
I don't need your quips, BA, but it is crazy. You get a phone call and bam, you can move across the country. And while it's hard on you, you understand it comes with playing in this league and having this job.
And Williams punches it home.
On offense, Ball is a catalyst. He knows how to move things around and get people quality shots.
Okay, a chance to look at some numbers for Jaylen Brown.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
Celtics trail by 8. Outside Tatum. Pass to Pritchard. Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. Takes the 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Ball's got 4 rebounds now. Caldwell Pope with it. And it's good. Credit Levine with the assist. And it's a 10-point Bulls lead.
I just love the ball movement.
Caldwell Pope against Tatum. Again, the miss by Boston.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Here's Hauser. No points yet. To stop the run. Jason Tatum! He's a sharpshooter!
Every time Tatum finds his shot, he'll take it. He loves to fill it up from range.
You look at his college days and his rookie year, Tatum has always been on a winning team, Richard.
BA, I think it starts with his approach. There's always been an air of professionalism when it comes to Tatum. He's just a young player that is focused only on winning.
Tatum can't hit.
They're losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
And Tatum finishing the fast break.
The two-way game of Tatum is just special.
Chicago leading by 8. Now here's Ball. He's got 5. Pass to Levine. Fires the 3. Fires in the triple. Levine's got 7.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pritchard, no good. Chicago's gone 3 of 4 from outside so far in the second quarter. Pass to Levine. From outside the arc. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Celtics trail by 11. Here's Pritchard. Good, and it's Horford who picks up the assist. Pritchard's gotten his second bucket on the night.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. We've got a line change here for Boston. So Chicago going with an almost entire new group here. Vucevic, he's checked in for Williams. Green comes in for Zach LaVine. Kobe White, he's checked in for DeSumo. And it's Josh Giddey in for Ball. From deep, Giddey. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. And White has got the ball here for the Celtics. Trailing by 8. When this game is done, they'll be off to New Orleans as they take on the Pelicans. That's the first of a 3-game trip out on the road for them. Boston shooting their second and third shots at the line here. And how about Jaylen Brown, Richard? Named to his first All-NBA team in 2023. A very important piece to him.
NBA, what timing. It made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax. At the time, it was the largest contract in NBA history. And how did he follow it up? He won the Larry Bird Award as the best player in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Outside Holiday. Here's Brown. They kick it out to Porzingis. Back to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Here's the 3. Here's Keita. Tries again. And it's good on the layup.
Stayed with it, and his effort is rewarded with the second chance bucket.
Giddey passes to Green. White on the wing. There's 48 seconds left in the first half of this one. To the middle. From the left block. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Brown scanning the floor. Here's Keita. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Outside Giddey. Pass to Green. No good. Unable to win this run.
Normally he drains that.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Bulls up by 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
With All-Star Weekend around the corner, let's see who's looking to bring down the rims at the dunk contest this year.
The voting process will be wrapping up soon. Finally. Excited to see which players make the cut.
Same. In fact, I might suit up and try some dunks I've been working on.
Of the trampoline variety, no doubt.
You've been spying on me, Ernie?
You don't want to know. And let's take a look back at the first half. The Bulls are in a close one.
Getting points from that second unit was clutch. Depth protects you against injury, but it can also win a game for you.
Yeah, and those starters are going to have the fresh legs for the second half.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Without question, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope displaying his skills today.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Chicago has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Second half underway. Here's who Billy Donovan's got on the floor. Gideon White pair to make the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's Levine in at the three.
The all-around game of Levine, an excellent passer for his position.
Celtics trail by 4. And the Celtics far and away the best record in the NBA last season, Grant.
Well, they rode that momentum into the playoffs, capturing the franchise's 18th championship, passing the Lakers for the most of any team in the association.
Tatum can't hit.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Levine passes to Giddey. Pass to Levine. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. And now a 7-point Chicago lead.
Zach LaVine just lets the game come so naturally. His ability to catch and shoot is one of the quickest in the league.
Tatum with a screen. Brown passes to Tatum. Can't get it to drop. Green with the defensive effort. And a fast break now for the Bulls. And he banks in the layup. Green's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Excellent execution coming out of the break. They've taken 3 shots and made 3 shots.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Well, you'd rather not put these guys on the line. The top free throw shooting teams in the last month. The Celtics in second.
And looking at last month, this team really got it done from the charity stripe. Whenever you foul them, they made sure to make you pay for that mistake.
The defense must be aware of where Tatum is, especially when he's roaming around that mid-range.
Pass to White. Fires from deep. Another 3 for Chicago.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
And it's Holiday with the ball for the Boston Celtics. It's a 10-point game. Brown. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And they have been cold coming out of the break, only getting one of their first 4 shots to drop this half. Got to pick it up.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Deflected!
You can't say enough about Holiday's defensive instincts. It's exceptional.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes. See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
Now here's Giddey. Here's White. And there's the foul. It's on Zach LaVine. That's his first foul. The Celtics making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. Caldwell-Pope's checked in for Chicago. Celtics trail by 13. On the wing, Tatum. The 3-ball. Again, the miss by Boston.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
High post Green. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
You see why Porzingis is one of the best shot blockers in the league. All the length.
5 on the clock. LaVine draws the double. Here's Green.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
It's Tatum working inside.
This is how confident Tatum is. Knows he can score inside whenever he wants.
Outside LaVine. Shoots over Brown. And LaVine with the basket on the assist from Giddey. LaVine's got 12 points.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off. Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
That won't go either for Tatum.
Yeah, no triples for him here in the second half. One fell in the first, though. Can he turn it up?
LaVine feeling it out a bit. Here's Vucevic. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Pass to Brown. Jacks up a 3. Chicago with a rebound. Giddey's got 7 rebounds in the game.
The way he's struggling this quarter, he's only adding to their troubles. They need his offense to come around. And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Brown downhill, and Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And what a phenomenal replay of that impressive rejection.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
They double him with Brown. Dosunmu, the pass to Vucevic. Yep, that one goes. Vucevic has got 8 points here in the quarter.
Something seemed to click for him at halftime. He's looked a lot more focused, and the game is just easy for him now.
Pass to Hauser. There's the 3. Ball with the rebound. Ball's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now Dosunmu. Back to Williams. And here's Ball. He's got 5. Out to the right wing. Tries a 10-footer. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Chicago ahead, leading by 17. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
That is why he is a point guard in this league. He has the elite passing ability, the vision. You need both to play the point guard.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Al Horford. Peyton Pritchard is out there with Jason Tatum. Then there's Luke Cornett. And it's Hauser in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. And the basket by Dosunmu.
Such a good facilitator. Ball has nice touch on that pass.
Celtics trail by 20. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Cornett. Tatum from long range gets the 3 ball to go.
His first triple of the second half. Can he get it going?
Well, Chicago's shooting around 51%. That's a good number. And it's Ball off the drive. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Ball. Ball's got his 6th assist of the night. Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Tatum's got 9 points now in the second half.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Bulls leading by 17. Williams finds LaVine. There's Ball with a 3. And it's Cornett with a rebound.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Pass to Tatum. 3-pointer. No good there.
He continues to let it fly, but the makes have been few and far between.
Here's Levine for three. Rebounded by the Celtics. Cornette's got 4 rebounds now. Levine with a steal. Let's go with a three. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. For Boston, they've gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. And it's Tatum missing. And Levine has got the ball here for the Bulls. They led the game at one point by 20. Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, they're usually Bulls fans sprinkled in every crowd.
And he knocks down the first one. In each of the last 2 years, RJ, the Bulls have been eliminated in the play-in tournament.
Yes, they've been just about 500 each of those seasons, so Chicago has been in that dreaded middle ground. Not contenders while also not picking high in the draft. That is the worst place any NBA team could be.
Chicago making a switch here. Giddey's checked in.
And you love to see the aggressiveness, using the height advantage to hammer it home.
The athletic ability of Holiday on full display there.
And so here is Chicago. They lead by 14, and the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul of the game, and the NBA has regular season games outside the U.S., all over the world. How important is that, Grant?
It's so important, B.A. I mean, basketball has become a global sport. And just look at the recent MVPs. They're mostly international players. So playing games in those countries has helped the game grow all over the world.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Billy Donovan was just reviewing the plan with his team. He said, keep it going, guys. Ride this wave of momentum. We're playing great right now, but we can't let up. Guys, back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Now here's Holiday. And here's Brown for three. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Giddey's got 8 rebounds in the game.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight. And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Chicago.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
Another thing they're doing well tonight is shooting from long distance. All game long, they've been finding openings at the perimeter.
Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. Levine, that one's good. Celtics trail by 21. Here's Brown to end the run. The shot misses. Good work defensively by White. For Chicago, they've got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. Vucevic, and Vucevic slams it in.
No question, Vucevic is locked in right now, just giving a ton of energy on that offensive end.
Tatum from long range, and the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one.
Defensively, got to close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Now here's Giddey, outside White. Tatum brings a double team. White, good.
Something he's worked on over the years. Green is an elite passer.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Zach LaVine.
Can you say vintage? Wow, this was a vintage performance. I mean, so much of the game is about the 3-ball today, but his focus was going hard into the paint and doing damage from inside.
You know, some guys aren't the same player on the road. Not this guy. He loves sticking it to an opposing crowd, and it only adds fuel to his fire. Now here's Giddey. Boston pulls it in. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Tatum passes to White. Fires the 3. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. A minute 29 left in the fourth quarter of this one. To the inside. And there's White. That's good on the assist by Vucevic. White's got 5 points now this quarter.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Bulls.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And this will go down as win number 25 for them this year.
Yeah, it was a fun matchup this year. Neither team could gain an edge. It's the kind of rivalry you want to see between conference opponents.
And we get spoiled sometimes, but we should take a second to appreciate what a sensational performance this has been for Zach LaVine.
Oh, he was at the center of everything that happened in this game. His energy was felt throughout the building, and his impact, well, it was incredible.
Now here's Giddey. Pass to LaVine. And here is Vucevic. The three. Porzingis grabs the board. There's 21 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Now Tatum. LaVine with a steal. Outside Giddey. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Zach LaVine.